Hey guys, this is Eric from DirectorySpot, and I'm going to go over how you import your data into DirectorySpot. To start, you must either have managed data or manage user access depending on what you're trying to do. So if you don't see either the manage directory or manage users tabs here, you're going to want to go ahead and talk to your admin and make sure that they give you the right permissions. So to start, you're going to come up here under manage directory and click on import data. From here, you have a couple options. You can either import families and students, you can import your teachers, or you can import your users. We're going to start here with importing our parents and students. If you've already uploaded a file and you want to just start from that, you can just click here to use a previously imported data file. That's useful if you are using the template that we provide on our website and you've already imported your families and now you want to move towards importing your teachers. But in this case, I'm going to start with a new file, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Choose File, find the file on my desktop, and click on Next Step. Now that we've chosen our file, there are a couple options. The first thing we want to do is indicate which worksheet our family data is on. So in this case, I know that my students and parents are on the One Directory tab. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that one the way it is. Next, you're going to want to tell us how your data is organized. In this case, my data contains one row for every student. So again, I'm going to leave that one just the way it is. And then you're going to want to tell us what to do with the existing data. So you have a couple options here. The first one is to fully replace the data. In other words, I'm going to delete all the data that's already in the directory and just replace it with the data that's in my new spreadsheet here. Or you can simply add this data to existing data. So this might be useful if you had 40 or 50 new students join the school throughout the school year and you want to do a bulk import rather than adding those manually. You can choose that option. In this case, again, I'm going to want to fully replace the data that's in there, so I'm just going to leave that one the way it is, and I'm going to click on Next Step. So this is the final step and probably the most important step in the import, and this is where you're going to map the columns from your spreadsheet to the DirectorySpot fields. Again, if you're using our template, we've automatically done this mapping for you, so it makes it a lot easier, but this is what gives you the flexibility to indicate which columns contain your first name of your students, which columns contain the last name of your students. If your names are in a single column, you can just choose the full name, and that's going to split out the name for you. And then if you come down here, we have the parent information, the addresses, the grades, the teacher, and then our extra notes field. So this is useful for any extra information that you want to indicate about a family. We have customers that use this for bus numbers. We have customers to indicate another address for the family, maybe some additional phone numbers for the family, some notes about the family, something like that that might be useful. You can go ahead and add that. And you can add up to 5 fields here. If you choose more than one field, the import is just simply going to add a new line for every field. So if you had phone number, address, and the bus number, those are just going to show up in different lines actually in the directory. So I don't have any notes, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on check for errors, and what that's going to do is that's going to take a look at my spreadsheet and run through all the data and see if I can find any issues with the data. So in this case, I found a few issues with my data. You can choose to make note of those by downloading the error report, and that's going to actually highlight the errors for you in the spreadsheet in the same format that you have the spreadsheet, so you can go ahead and fix those and you can start over. Or you could simply save that error report, accept these errors, and manually fix them on the web later. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to go ahead and ignore these errors. I'm going to click on Import Data to actually start the import. This may take a few seconds depending on how many rows of data you have or anything like that, but go ahead and click on Import Data here, and this tells me that my import was successful. So from here, again, you could download this error report if you didn't do it before. You can start a new import, or you can go ahead and view your directory. Since I also want to import teachers, I'm going to actually click on Start New Import here. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on Teachers, and this is where I'm going to use the previously uploaded file feature. My teacher data was in the same spreadsheet that my family data was on, so I'm going to, rather than uploading the spreadsheet again, I'm going to go ahead and use that same data file. This time, since I'm uploading teachers, I'm going to choose the teachers and staff feature, and again, I want to fully replace the data. These are all new teachers from last year, and every teacher that's going to be in the directory is in this spreadsheet. So I can click on Next Step. Same type of functionality here where you have the columns mapping to DirectorySpot fields. Come down here, I'm going to actually add a notes field just so you can see how that works. I'll check my spreadsheet for errors. Alright, I don't have any errors, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Import Data. So now I've pretty much done everything that needs to be done for importing to DirectorySpot. Now I can click on View My Directory, and these are all my families. Hope you find this useful, and if you ever have any questions or need anything, feel free to reach out to us at support@directoryspot.net. Thanks so much.